Very good afternoon and welcome back to Now on the Grounds Colombo 10. We are here for Mercantile F Division T20 League. Very interesting match coming up. Emerachmie and Ceylon Private Limited taking on very strong power hand Plantation. Two unbeaten teams. It's been a good outing for both the teams. Played 2, won 2. Excellent. And this is Group B. Emerachmie, just as I mentioned, unbeaten, excellent net run rate. Power hand Plantation 2 out of 2 here the other day. Won against Ansell's Textile, and looks like a team that standing favorites to move on to the quarterfinal round. Initial strategic advantage, as always, important. Match referee Manjula Silva down at the center together with two captains. Let's go across and join Emerachmie de Silva.
We had a very good first game, so the second game is underway between Power Hands Plantation and Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited. So before the proceedings, for the all-important toss, joining with me the match referee, Mr. Manjula Silva, and the captain of Power Hands Plantation, Vikas Gomia, and Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited, Amila de Silva. So the home team captain, Vikas, will spin the coin. The home team captain Amila will spin the coin. Heads is the call. Tails is the call. So Amila දැන් කාසියාසේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරා මොකක්ද කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ?
රකින්න තමයි තීරණය කරන්නේ.
විශේෂ හේතුවක් තියෙනවද?
ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් කන්ඩිෂන් එකයි වැස්ස පොඩ්ඩක් බලලා අපි තීරණය කරා බෝල් කරන්න.
කොහොමද මේ දක්වා ටීම් එකේ පර්ෆෝමන්ස් අද තරගයට තියෙන සූදානම?
අපි මැචස් දෙකක් ප්ලේ කරලා දෙකම දිනලා ඉන්නේ. මේකත් අඩු ලකුණු ගානකින් තියලා අපි මේක දිනන්න ප්ලෑන් කරලා තියෙනවා.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි සුවපත්නව තරගයට. So විකාස් අවස්ථාවන්ටයි 280 පරාජයට පත් වුණා. ඉතින් ඔබත් හිටියේ මුලින් පන්දු යවන්නද මේ කාලගුණ තත්ත්වය යටතේ?
අපි ප්ලෑන් කරලා තිබ්බ ඇත්තටම පන්දු යවන්න. කලින් මැච් දෙකේ තමයි ප්ලෑන් කරේ ඒ විදියට. ඒ වුණාට අපි ඒ විදියට වැඩේ කරා බැට් කරලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා 180 ගේ හොඳ ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවට දීලා හොඳ තරගයක් දෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
කොහොමද අත් තරගයට කණ්ඩායමේ සංයුතිය?
පොඩි වෙනස්කම් කීපයක් තියෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්ක ප්ලෑන් කරලා තියෙන හොඳ තරගයක් මොකක්ද?
සුවපත්නව තරගයට. So Emerachmie Holdings won the toss and they decided to bowl first.
Thank you, Emerachmie. Interesting decision. Just as they did in the morning, Emerachmie de Silva, Fernando, Jayatilaka Kodikara, Maturage, Francis Telina, Lorenzo Heva, Madhushan, Fernando, and Akil for power hand. Gomia, Skipper Silva, Charmika, Hetiarachi, Nirosh, Columbage, Ashen, Ravishka, Aloysius, Varuna Udara played well the other day, and Malhara. Very strong team, as always. Two very strong teams clashing against each other provides exciting cricket, and I'm sure viewers who are joining us through Sporty.lk, they are about to witness another very close encounter. Fascinating tournament, stacked division, 24 teams divided into 4 groups, and just about each group contains outstanding teams. And these two teams, just a while ago, you had a look at the points table, unbeaten so far. Very, very interesting game. Kasun ready to take strike. Amila, here's the first over. We are underway then. Worked away, came off the pads it seems. Interesting signal by the umpire. Came off the bat. Very good start. Looks like a player who's very keen on work the ball through the gaps and picking up singles. Early in the day, had a very close game. Ravidu Malhara. No half centuries, early days, but I'm sure if you are entrusted with the duties of opening up, means you are capable. That's a good delivery. Off the back foot. Good techniques, getting behind the delivery, always important. Looking at the patterns panned out in the earlier game, teams lost a couple of wickets. Here's Amila de Silva. Strong performer, 5 for 22. That's his best, and economy and average at this stage in this division. You'll take that. A little bit of bounce, whippy action, imparting great deal of backspin on the seam, and as usual on a mat you get a little bit of bounce and good carry through to the wicket keeper. Ramidu works away, gets a single, both the batters off the mark. They were under huge pressure the other day against Ansell Textile, lost 7 for 59. Through that magnificent partnership, Varun Udara batted superbly well. Kasun Nirosh, 19 matches, fairly experienced, best of 100. So he's a capable batter. All that matters is be out there long enough, accumulate earlier on, and launching towards the end. Very well bowled, slammed it away. There is protection in the deep. Came off the inner part of the bat. No real timing. Just a couple as a result. Understandably, now on the grounds, Colombo being a school venue, plenty of sporting activities as a result. Rough outfield here and there, but overall, excellent facility and been used for mercantile cricket lately extensively. Very well bowled. As usual, inner part of the bat. Fairly decent over. Just 5 runs off. Very good start for both the teams.
In the heart of Colombo.
Earlier in the day, we mentioned right at the beginning a score of around 160 would be par score, and team going beyond that generally have done well based on the results. Taranga Fernando comes into the attack, looks like an experienced campaigner, 4 for 25 on 2 occasions, 3 wickets or more, 5.59. That's a good average to 24.57. So he'll be expecting to keep things under control, stem the flow of runs. As usual, inside the first power play, batters will be on the lookout for picking up boundaries. Very, very slower through the air, I can tell you. Not a spin bowler, but that was almost flighted. Nice seam position. Landed on a good area. This time slightly quicker. No real pace. Batsman Kasun just maybe tried to hit it too hard. That was there to be hit. Had he waited a touch longer, he had the ability of working that one towards backward square leg region instead of mid-wicket region. As a result, only a single. Taranga just might be consider himself lucky. That was a half tracker, not being put away. Just a single. Slower through the air, straight to the fielder. He's a very canny operator, testing the patience of the batsman, testing the techniques. So as a batter, you need to be a little careful. If you go for big shots, you got to get underneath the line of the delivery. That way, if it's slower through the air, wouldn't have mattered too much. Off the backward, straight to the fielder. Done all right. Needed a much better throw. Single. Based on the techniques of both the batters, looks like both the batters are capable of scoring quick runs. That's power hand Plantation dugout. He initially thinking of letting that one go, and at the last moment decided to work it away straight to the fielder. No run. Kasun Nirosh and Ravindu, they didn't manage to get them off to a flyer in the previous game. That was against Ansel Textile. Wide outside the off stump. Enough is enough, says Kasun Nirosh. Slower, wider. But the only mistake was that one was too short. Ample opportunity. Slammed it away. Through extra cover region. Very good shot. So that's the completion of the second 11 for Nolos. Looking at the tournament stats, we can conclude that Power Hand Plantation have a very lengthy batting lineup. That's good shot. Amila, skipper, winning the toss, had absolutely no hesitations in deciding to bowl first rather. And based on results so far during this tournament, based on the stats, teams batting first have done remarkably well lately. Putting up a big score, put the opposition under pressure is the way to go. Good shot, gentle little dab, and given. He's taken way too long to get off. Single was on. The throw was good enough. Ramidu. Unfortunate. Batter immediately setting off. Good piece of wicket keeping. Approaching the stumps, neatly taken, whipping off the bails. Power Hand Plantation, just like they did during the previous game, losing an early wicket. Ramidu Malhar, the man out for 3, run out, unfortunate. We've spoken about initial strategic advantage, won the toss, deciding to bowl first. They've been very precise. Nothing very special, just gentle seamers, keeping it in and around off stump and making things tougher for the batsman. Conceded a boundary, but by picking up a wicket, now they've set cat amongst pigeons. This is still the first power play. This is the time for you to cash in. If you have batters who are capable of going over the top, this is the period. You could get few boundaries and set things up really nicely. Kasun Nirosh not out on 9. Dinit Chamika, another right-hander. T20 cricket is about momentum and confidence, belief, innovation. Based on the playing pattern so far. Oh, an edge. Field in the deep. Comes around, keeping it down. With just a single. One characteristic is common amongst the bowlers for Emerachmie. Is not providing too much pace. Slower through the air. Almost always on a good length. Because there was few loose deliveries during the previous over. That's the run out. Excellent throw. And the batter. He ideally should have put up a dive. That's a good shot. Struck really nicely. Nirosh. Serious momentum. After losing a wicket, obviously, the strike rate goes down. Vital boundary, I can tell you. Struck hard enough. Off the meat of the bat. So intentions by Kasun Nirosh is pretty clear. With the wickets fallen at the other end or not, he will go after the bowling. Amila, given away 11 runs with that boundary. Gentle seam-up deliveries, outward movement on that occasion. He was hoping that one to move in. Swings a bat hard, but he was nowhere near. Good piece of bowling. Variation in speed. Touch quicker. Very interesting field set. So pretty decent over despite conceding few runs. 3 overs done, 17 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo.
These tournaments organised and conducted by Mercantile Cricket Association, governing body of mercantile cricket, conducting large number of matches annually. That's a gentle seam-up delivery. This time he knew exactly what he wants to do. There are no fielders down in the deep at deep backward square leg. He picked that area, gets another vital boundary. Then Chamika moves up to 5. So crucial. Inside the first power play, scoring close to at least 40 runs, if not 50, 60. Early in the day, during the second innings, I thought Metropolitan got off to a very good start, but midway through, they got crumbled, lost far too many wickets. But having seen how well they played against Ansel, we can trust. Oh, that's a good shot. Value for your shots, as always, at Nalanda grounds. It's just a matter of getting it into the gap, which is exactly what Chamika did. 2 boundaries. Excellent over so far. Generally, gentle seam-up deliveries. He's looking to cramp the batsman up by bowling straight. But on that occasion, Tharanga Fernando was a little wider, needing no invitations. Dinit Chamika made a little bit of room outside the off stump, gets it into the gap. Fall to be taken. 8 of the first 2 deliveries. Once again, slapped away. This is poor bowling. After conceding 2 boundaries, he decided to bowl it straighter, but way too short. And Dinit Chamika, I can tell you, not the sort of a batsman who's going to miss out. It wasn't arriving, so he knew exactly, waited a fraction of a second and got the placement right. Serious momentum now, 29 for 1. Run rate is up. Same direction. Skipper got the protection. So finally, flurry of boundaries. 3 boundaries back to back. Run rate above 8. And they've given themselves a good opportunity of going past 160. Anything beyond that will be a bonus. That's more like it. Off the front foot, straight in line with the stumps. As a canny operator, must have tasted a great deal of success during this tournament. More or less getting it in line with the stumps, but 3 previous boundaries were off way too short deliveries. Into the deep. Few bouncers straight to the fielder. Very, very expensive over. Excellent start for Power Hand Plantation. 31 for 1 after 4. Now, considering what they have done against Sri Lanka the other day here at Nalanda ground, this is much better start. 31 for 1, just 4 overs in, and both the batters on 14. On the lookout for picking up boundaries. Skipper will be under pressure. A full toss. Didn't struck all that well, straight to the fielder. Single. When both the batters are on the lookout for scoring boundaries, it is important. Rotating strike. Then Chamika, just 5 deliveries. Kasun Niroj, little circumspect. 15 off 15 balls. Well bowled. Just a bit of pace there. In comparison to his fellow fast bowling partner, the gentle seamer, Skipper seems to be varying his pace really nicely. One slower through the air, outside the off stump. When he brings one in towards the batter, a little bit of pace. So he's a clever operator. Oh, this is lovely. But excellent catch. Stunning catch. This is how you support your bowlers. Not the best piece of bowling in line with the stumps. I thought for a moment he played really, really well off the meat of the bat. But the fielder in the deep done a fantastic job. Take a look at it. He has to cover a lot of ground. Put in the dive. Tumbles over. Brilliant. So pulling things back. They were looking for that wicket. Dinit Charmika, aggressor, out for 14 of 7 deliveries. Mahesh Francis, excellent. Now having picked up 2 wickets, Emerachmie NB will be looking at the possibilities of extending the flow of runs. This is the ideal opportunity. Kasun Nirosh, comparatively circumspect. New batter into the crease generally takes at least 3, maybe 4 deliveries to settle in. If he gets it on a right area, you will definitely give yourself a chance of completing few economical overs. Very well bowled, short of a length, just a bit of bounce. Excellent seam position, nice wrist action. Trusting his abilities, knowing his limitations, always good. Brilliant catch. This will definitely great deal of confidence to your fielding. He's been setting standards. Very well bowled once again, back of a length off the back foot. Just as I mentioned, new batsman will take some time to settle in. Never easy, whichever the format. Ashane Silva, no half centuries, early days, just 44 runs. So he will obviously occupy the crease for a brief period. Brilliant. Yes, it's the. They went for it. I initially thought there was a miscommunication. Not to be. Excellent over wicket being taken. 5 done, 32 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo, where
5 overs are done at 33 for 3. Power hands Plantation. The Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited have won the toss and they decided to bowl first, and they're on top at the end of the 5th over. They got 2 wickets, got 2 crucial wickets. Sanjula Madhushan is brought into the attack. There's the stats. So look at the economy rates, they're brilliant, especially in the shorter format. The runner ball economy rate is absolutely brilliant. Looks like a genuine wicket taker. Right arm off spinner. A little bit of extra bounce there. A single down to square leg. Kasun Nirosh is the batsman who scored the runner ball 15. The said batter saw Ashane Silva need to bring Kasun Nirosh more into the attack. What a brilliant delivery that was. The feet went nowhere. A lucky boundary for Power Hands Plantation. The Kasun Nirosh was completely beaten by the loop. Look at that. A nice loop. Thought about coming down the track, but the feet went nowhere. Just throw the hands at it. Luckily got an inside edge. It went past the leg stump. A lucky escape for the batter. Pull the length back a bit. A single down to deep square leg. Here comes Sanjula Madhushan. Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited have won the toss. At the toss, the captain said with the conditions they were bowling first. Seems he has taken a very good decision, and the bowlers and the fielders have backed the decision up really well. They're getting 2 wickets, and on the field they pulled off a stunner to get the second wicket. A decent stuff from Sanjula Madhushan so far. From the ball number 1, he got his line and length right. That went with the arm. A little bit of quicker delivery. A quick single to end the 6th over. Power hands Plantation 40 for 2. And the first power play is done. A 40 for 2. They're going just below 7 runs per over. Here's Hasindu Maharagi. The new bowler is brought back into the attack. A gentle medium fast bowler. 4 matches, 7 wickets. Best bowling is absolutely impressive. 6 for 7. My goodness. Looks like the secret weapon that Emerachmie Holdings has. There he comes, Hasindu Maharage. Bit of a slinging action. Very well fielded on backward point. Cut off a definite single. The fielding is absolute top notch from Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited. Here's Hasindu Maharage. A wavered one. Wide delivery. Here's a replay. Drag that too wide. That occasion. Kasu Nirosh is on strike. The set batter. Very good line and length. Especially in T20 cricket, we rarely see batters leaving the ball outside the off stump. Unless it is an unplayable one. Then left alone. Just teased with that tram line. So far, just 1 run conceded. Comes full and straight. The mid-off is up. There's no room for a single there. He's bowling to his field. It doesn't do much. They stick to the basics. He's doing it to perfection. Brilliant bowling from Hasindu Maharage. Fall outside the off stump and played square of the wicket. A beautiful stroke for a boundary. Beautiful square drive. The field had no chance. Brilliant stroke, brilliant timing. Everything is absolutely brilliant on that stroke. The last delivery coming up, Hasindu Maharage. Make sure to finish the over really well. It started off well. Full on leg side. Again, finished off with a boundary. The fielder could have done better. That's the end of the 7th over. Look at the replay. Pitched up the leg stump. He could have done better. Definitely could have done better. At the end of the 7th over, Power Hands Plantation 49 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo,
Sanjula Madhushan to continue. Beautiful line and length from Sanjula Madhushan. Is coming round the wicket. He's bowling at the off stump line and trying to spin the ball into the right hander. That was too straight. Very good shot. It's a pulled away for a boundary. That went down the wrong line and he got the punishment. Look at that. It's well appreciated by the fellow teammates. With that boundary, the 50 comes up for Power Hands Plantation. Here's a replay of the previous stroke. That was too short, too leg side-ish, and punished by Kasun Niroj, the said batsman. He'd never miss. Here comes Sanjula Madhushan. Again down the wrong line. Just paddled it. Just paddled that one. This is a lightning fast outfield. Once you pick the gap, there's no stopping there. Another boundary. 2 consecutive boundaries in this over. 2 deliveries went down the wrong line, and both of those deliveries went for boundaries. Runs keep coming, the scoreboard keep moving. Again, 2 straight from Sanjula Madhushan. He needs to be on the off-stump channel and try to bring the batter to the front foot instead of pushing him to the back foot. Especially, he's got a good spin and he's got a good arm ball as well. You need to play with the batters, especially. That's much better. Well bowled, well played. Brilliant running between the wicket. Very good cricket all around. Very smart bowling and smart batting. Brilliant cricket. Here comes Sanjula Madhushan. The last delivery coming up. Much better from Sanjula Madhushan on that occasion. There's no single there. So 8 overs done. Power Hands Plantation 59 for 2. So far, a good partnership is going for Power Hands Plantation. Samantha Lawrence, whoever the new bowler, is brought into the attack. The best bowling is 3 for 19. The healthy economy rate as well. That was too wide outside the off stump. Wide delivery. At the toss, the skipper of Power Hands Plantations, Vikas Komier, said they were looking around 180. At the end of 8th over, they're going at 7.5 runs per over in order to get to 180 from this over. At least they need to get 10 runs per over. One bounce over the rope. Look at that. Came down the track and he lofted over extra cover. There's one bounce into the rope. A boundary. Brilliant comeback by the bowler. Pulled his length back. And the batter, Ashane Silva, was solidly behind the ball. Again, too wide outside the off stump and pierced the gap. The deep cover fielder has no chance to stop that. Look at that. That's too wide outside the off stump. And went over the backward point fielder. It was a lucky boundary. There was a little bit of extra bounce. And the batter, Ashane Silva, just went through with the shot. It took the outside edge. Boundary and a single. Smart batting from Ashane Silva. Again, very good shot. There is a fielder there. Again, another boundary. The boundary has spoiled the over. Here's the replay. Too wide outside the off stump. And asked the batter to be punished. 9 overs done, 73 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo,
we are almost at the halfway mark in the first innings of the second game between Power Hands Plantation and Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited. Here's another bowling change. It was too short and punished. That was a hit me ball and got the treatment. It started off with a loosener, Gayan. Look at that. That was too short. He had all the time in the world to rock back and pull that away through deep mid wicket. Brilliant stroke from Ashane Silva. Tried to work the ball towards leg side. Still bowling a little bit shorter. Spinners of Emerachmie. Again a little bit short down there. Brilliant running between the wicket. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. And look at the intent of the two batters. Ran the first one hard and made the second one easy. Brilliant cricket from these two batters at the moment. Just toying with the fielders. Very good delivery. Just slowed down a little bit. That was too full. Played it dead straight. Very well fielded at long on. That was played really well. He hit it dead straight. The fielder had a lot of ground to cover. Here's a replay. He did it really well to stop the boundary and cut off 2 runs for his team. He missed the ball. He made a fumble, but he well recovered. Again, a little bit quicker shot and 2 straight and went for a single. 10 overs done. Power Hands Plantations 82 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo.
Good thing about Power Hand Plantation is that they are maintaining a run rate above 8 and over, with as many as 8 wickets in hand, setting up a really solid foundation. Will they be able to score 100 more runs just like Softlogic Live did early in the morning? Hosindu. Excellent delivery, sharp in swinger. They needed that wicket pretty badly. Hosindu went for 9 runs in his first over. Strong comeback. A very good partnership was prospering. Ashane Silva moved up to 30. Excellent piece of bowling. Played all over it. More or less bowling stumps to stump. You'll be benefited. Ashane Silva out for 30 of 26 deliveries, 5 boundaries. Bowled Hosindu.
Tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
Back after the drinks break. Close enough, well within the tram lines. Our excellent partnership for the third wicket has been broken. Emerachmie and we will be definitely eyeing to get in few economical overs. Here's another look at that excellent delivery. Sharp in swinger. With his whippy action, batters almost always expecting that one to move away from the outside edge. Was aerial for a fair distance. And a poor piece of fielding. Just about 5, maybe 6 overs. They've been maintaining good standards in the field. But lately, they've been lackluster. Here's a classic example. At deep third, comes around straight through the gate. Ball found a way to go under the tunnel. 4 valuable runs to the total. You're ideally looking at the possibilities of applying a little bit of pressure, getting in few economical overs. That'll do it. Slingy action. Not too much of a run-up. Just few steps. Varun Udara, who batted outstandingly well the other day. Half century on the other day. Resurrected things. That 42 runs. That's his best. Very well bowled. That was shaping in. Moved away. The last second. Udara was looking to play inside the line of the delivery, missing it altogether. Kasun Nirosh on 33. 23 deliveries. At this stage, Udara's responsibility is to get Nirosh on strike. Lets it go. Rarity in T20 cricket. You almost always on the lookout to blast everything outside the off stump. Excellent over wicket being taken. 11 done, 86 for 3.
In the heart of Colombo.
Previous partnership was exactly 50 runs. Outstanding stand. As they say, partnerships. Match changer. Match winner. It's been proven right throughout this tournament. Loud shout. Optimistic. Beaten the inside edge. Well taken by the wicketkeeper. Those are never easy. Just maybe kept little low. That's his method of operation. Always outside the line of the off stump. Enticing the batter to go for a powerful shot. And in the process, hoping to pick up a wicket. Two fielders converging. Fields in the field, they haven't been all that good. Wheels are coming off. Boundary that should be protected. Both the fielders looking at each other, trying out footballing skills, trusting your foot instead of... There you go. That's definitely not going to keep the captain and the team management happy, I can tell you. Nirosh moves to 37. Big heave down the leg side. Straight to the mid-wicket fielder. Just a single. Overhand Plantation, they've been picking up regular boundaries. And they've been always on the lookout for pick-up singles and twos, which is excellent. Exactly the way to go forward. Early in the day, during the last 10 overs, Sportylk Live scored way beyond 100 runs. Final 5 overs was excellent, profitable. Few big overs towards the end, and I have no doubts Powerhand Plantation would be hoping to create similar situation. Well bowled, quicker through the air, and excellent communication between two batters. Gets another single. In comparison to all the other teams, Powerhand Plantation showcasing great energy while running between the sticks, and at the same time in the field, far better side comparatively. Short pitch delivery worked away. Will they come back for the second? Field in the deep, grabs it, sends in a decent enough return. So it's a good over, 7 runs off, 12 down, 93 for 3. At the beginning of this tournament, teams preferred to chase, but off late, results has been in favor of teams batted first. They managed to put up a decent enough score beyond 140, 150, and almost always put the opposition under pressure, and winning percentage have gone out. Samantha yet to pick up a wicket, very expensive first over, given away 14 runs. Kasun Nirosh nearing a half century, 39 of 27. Udara, we all know by now, is a fantastic player. Should be taken, fielder. Oh, just didn't stick. Was a great effort. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one who took that brilliant catch to dismiss the opener. 10 out of 10 for the effort. Just didn't stick. But you'll take that. You need that outstanding energy in the field. Once again, came off the inside edge into the pads. No runs. Dot balls, rarity. Due to the simple fact, Powerhand Plantation batters always on the lookout for singles. Slammed away on the offside, fielder in the deep. Comes around, just a single. Very interesting field set. Plenty of fielders on the offside, obviously. Line of operation outside the line of the off stump. That one just carved away towards deep backward square leg region. Intelligence. Clever player. Clever batsman. Picks up another boundary, moves to 42. He moves to 9 with that. That's a new batsman. Varuna Udara. This is exactly the way he played during the game against Ansell Textile. 100 runs on the board. Emerachmie, they are under pressure. Right now, thick cloud cover right above us. Just help it on its way for another single. Good signs. They've been picking up singles, boundaries here and there. Just the way to go about. 7.87, 160. definitely on the cards. If they go beyond that, that'll set this game up really nicely for Power Hand Plantation. On the lookout for winning the third game on the trot. 13 done, 102 for 3.
In the heart of Colombo,
when you have 6 teams in the group, moving on to quarterfinals becomes a tough job. Only 2 teams gets the opportunity. So battle intensifies. Competition, level of competition, quality of cricket increases through extra coverage and no need to run. Bare patch of the field. Ball runs pretty fast, gives value for your shots. He moves to 47. Kasun Nirosh batted superbly. After losing 2 wickets, he came in, settled really nicely and immediately get things moving now, picking up boundaries at will. Gayan into his third over, already considered 20. Slap it. Fielder in the deep had absolutely no opportunities. What a fantastic half century. Kasun Nirosh batted superbly. Came in as the opener. Steadied the ship earlier on. And lately been picking up boundaries at will. On the offside, on the onside. Absolutely no troubles. 9 boundaries. He's dealing in boundaries now. 51 of 33. Excellent knock shofar. Gone aerial, should be taken, and he's taken. So immediately after getting into his half century, Kasun Nirosh winding it up, gets it aerial, and fielding in the deep. Done a good job. Fabulous knock comes to an end. Brilliantly done. This is exactly what expecting of you coming in as the opener. Steady the ship earlier on, just as I mentioned. Fielder settling underneath, taken a decent enough catch. 4 down, but the momentum is with Power Hand Plantation. Right now, Varuna Udara, he will be taking the leader role. Skipper Vikash Gomia into the crease. Strong striker. Batted superbly well the other day. 13.3 overs gone. Best of 29. So he's a bit of an all-rounder. Strike rate, not the best, but that'll do it. Get Varuna Udara on strike. They were in trouble, 7 down for 59 the other day against Sri Lanka. Here's the dismissal. Got the upper part of the bat, sliced it. No real power behind that. That's another good delivery. Gayan, after picking up the wicket, growing in confidence. Stepping in few good deliveries. The start for this over wasn't a good one, 2 boundaries. It's a strong comeback. Test of character. Oh, that's a nice shot. No need to run. I thought fielding the deep was limping. Stood absolutely no chance of preventing that boundary. 14 done. 115 for 4. Having another look. Excellent piece of timing and placement. Here at now on the grounds. This is the second game. First game went in the favor of team batting first. I thought skipper for Emerachmie losing the plot. They must have expected something better from their bowlers. Winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, immediately looking to restrict your opposition to a score around 130, 140. Now definitely, Power Hand Plantation given themselves an opportunity of going past 170. They should be disappointed if they not manage to do that. Sanjula, beg your pardon for that. Didn't struck all that well, reaching the field on the first bounce. Gets a single, gets Varun on strike. Right now, skipper's responsibility is to have Varun on strike, who's on 14. Sanjula into his third over, given away 18 runs. Just about all the bowlers so far has been little expensive, little erratic at times. Wicket takers, Amita Silva. Outside the line of the off-stump, front of the square, another boundary. It's raining boundaries here at Nalanda grounds. Power Hand Plantation, proven too powerful at this stage. That's a nice shot. Beautiful flow of the bat, out of the meat of the bat. Excellent piece of timing and placement, earns another boundary. Excellent start to the 15th over, already 5 runs off. Wide. I thought that's a harsh call. Across the batsman. Gives you the feeling that maybe inside the tram line. Inner part of the bat. Onto the pads. Another dot ball. If they batted the same way they batted against Sri Lanka, they have given themselves a good chance of going past 180, just like Soflogic Insurance did in the early game. Lovely hands. Finds a fielder. Singles, a formality. Fielders inside the circle, right at the edge. No real intention of preventing singles being taken. Struck well enough. Critical fielder does the fielding. A fumble allows the second. This is poor cricket. Wheels are coming off. Losing the plot. Emerachmie found themselves under huge pressure now. Big over. With just 5+ overs to come. And by the way, things spanned it out. I think 180 definitely on the cards. Struck well. Oh, well taken. Beautiful catch. He's been excellent in the field. Just maybe the only exception. Rest of the fielders haven't been proficient enough. A wicket to complete a very expensive over. 3 overs. 27. And he picked up a wicket. Courtesy of excellent piece of fielding. Diving forward, never easy. He has to come around. So that's the completion of the 15th over. 124 for 4.
$15 overs done. We are into the last 5 overs of the inning. The first inning of the game, number 2 of the day. Power Hands Plantation 124 for 5. They have 5 wickets in hand. 5 overs left. And going at around 8.3 runs per over. At the toss, the skipper Vikas Cormier had a chat with us, and he said they're looking at around 180. But 180 can be a little too far away from here onwards. If they lose another 1 or 2 wickets in quick succession, we'll see. Sanju Madhusan has replaced Samantha Lawrence Hueva, is brought back into the attack. The new batter is on attack. Can straight away went for that wild swing over deep mid wicket. Tried to go over deep mid wicket for a big boundary. Beg your pardon, is brilliant hit. Magnificent hit that was. There's a rain coming down here at Nalanda College grounds. Look at the shot. Right on slot, outside the off stump. And he lashed onto it and lofted over extra cover for a 6. Here comes. Ken got the edge. It's now raining and the outfield is lightning fast. Took the edge and another boundary. 10 off 2. This is brilliant stuff. There's slight drizzle. There's no signs of stoppage here. It fades away. Here comes Samantha Lawrence Hueva. That just went with the arm. A slide on with the arm. I tried to glide that through short third man, but missed it completely. Much better from Samantha Lawrence Hueva. Good length, just outside the off stump. Is tapped in and got the single. Very good batting from Power Hands Plantations. 12 runs came off that over. 136 for 5 at the end of 16.
In the heart of Colombo, where dreams...
Full. Ooh, this could have been a run out. Very close. Hasindu Maharage is brought back into the attack into his third over. He will bowl the 17th and 19th. He got a slinging action. Just tried to go for that big heave. It just got the inside edge and struck on his pads. Varuna Udara, 26 of 20. Again full and straight. Just a single. Very well bowled by Hasindu Maharage. Very well bowled. Very well played and ran well between the wickets. Brilliant all-round cricket. What a game we are witnessing here. Wide outside the off stump. Short. It's cut away for a single. The protection was there. Going for 2 runs. The field at deep mid wicket has fumbled, but very well recovered. The 17 overs are done. Power Hands Plantations 143 for 5. And the last 3 overs, just 18 deliveries remaining. Sanjula Madhushan was brought back into the attack for his last over of his spell. And was 2 leg side-ish. Very well fielded at deep square leg boundary. The skipper Amila de Silva. That was a big appeal. And they got 3 runs there. Here's a replay. Look at that, brilliantly fielded by the skipper Amila de Silva. And throw came straight to the bowler. He missed it, and he had no urgency at all to pick that ball up. Very well in. Very good decision from the umpire. It's a very good running between the wickets. Played up Ishley. Brilliant catch. It's a very good running catch. He was a set batter, Varuna Udara. He dragged that from outside the off stump and tried to go over long on, but didn't get that into the meat of the bat. Look at that. It was a little bit quicker and very good catch. Brilliant running catch from the fielder at long on. And he departs for 29 off 22. Well made 29 under pressure. It's well appreciated by his teammates. They know how valuable his contribution was. The 6th wicket is down. Very well fielded down that long off that was hit very straight. It was absolute dead straight. The fielder had a lot of ground to cover and did it really well. Another 2 runs. And pushed it outside the off stump. Just a single. It's very good bowling. He's just bowling to his field. There's a ring of fielders outside the off stump, square of the wicket, and deep extra cover and long off. So he can bowl outside the off stump, full outside the off stump. He got protection. He cannot bowl short outside the off stump with the field he has set up. That's better. Not too much room for the batter. 7 runs scored so far in this over. There's one more delivery to go. The final delivery of Sanjula Madhushan's spell. Umpire signals wide. Just a little bit beyond the tram line. That's a maximum. What a way to finish the over. That was 2 full, 2 straight. The batters had enough room to free his arms. Look at that. Cleared the front leg and whacked it. The fielder had no chance at all. Finished off with a flourish at the 18th. 157 for 6.
In the heart of Colombo, where
Hasindu Maharage into his last over of his spell. Very good delivery to start off with. Just back off the length. Just outside the off stump. The batter could do nothing. Just defend it. And go for the quick single. And here the power hitter was brought back into the attack. Here comes Hasindu Maharage. Got the toe end of the bat. There was no real power behind that shot. Just another single. He's bowling to his field, Hasindu Maharage. He has got the protection on the offside. Again, straight to extra cover. Emerachmie won't mind giving away singles. They place the fielders in the correct positions where the batters are striking the ball. Here comes Hasindu Maharage again. Again, very good delivery. Look at that. Pulled his length a little bit back. Just a wild swing from the batter. Couldn't get that connection with the bat. Here comes Hasindu Maharage. 2 more deliveries to go. given the width and hammered it through extra cover for a boundary. Much needed one in this over for Power Hands Plantations. Look at that. Over mid-off. No chance to stop that. Charuka got a lot of power. Here comes Hasindu Maharage. The last ball of his spell. What a comeback! And look at the celebrations. Look what it means to the bowler. Brilliantly executed Yorker. Got the inside part of the bat and chopped onto the stumps. Look at that. Brilliant Yorker. Right into the block hole. The batter had no answers at all. Brilliant comeback. Charuka Ravisankar departs for 14 off 7 with a 4 and a 6. The 19 overs done. 164 for 7. Power Hands Plantations. Amila De Silva, the skipper, took the ball to bowl the last over. 164 is on the board. It's a pretty decent score. They're looking for 2. They're going for that. It was a wayward throw. They needed a good throw to get the run out. Brilliant running between the wickets. Went straight up. Went above the wicket keeper. Another 2 runs. It's very good stuff. If you can't hit big shots, is put the ball into gaps and get the 2s and 3s. Change of pace. Does it look like a deal scoop? We never know whether it played intentionally or not. Brilliantly executed. What a shot. Brilliantly executed. Ishan is playing a brilliant hand for Power Hands Plantations here. Again, a change of pace. This time he got the full face of the bat. Scooped it through the short fine leg. 8 runs off the first 3 deliveries. Can they get to 180? Again, very good shot. He bowled down the wrong line. The square leg was up. It should have been outside the off stump with that field set up. The new batter is on strike, Yasid Ashain. He's on strike for the first time. Let's see. Just a single. Didn't get the timing right at all. Brought Ishan back into the strike for the last delivery. Can he finish off with the boundary? Can finally ends up with the wicket. It's run out in the striker's end. And that concludes the inning of Power Hands Plantations. The loss of 8th wicket. The 174 runs. It's a very good score. It's a competitive one, especially with the lightning fast outfield. A brilliant effort with the bat. Here's Emerachmie teammates. They're quite pleased with their performance. Here's the batting performance. Kasu Nirosh on top, 51 of 34. Look at that. Ashane Silva. Varuna Udar was supported well with 30 and 29 at the end. Ishan Hettiarachchi played a brilliant cameo, 20 of 13. And brilliant performance with the bat overall by Power Hands Plantations. Bowling performance. Amrita Silva, the skipper. 1 wicket for 23. And Sanjula Madhushan and Hasindu Maharage took 2 wickets each. And Gayan Jaitilaka got 1 wicket. And with 8 extras, they bowled Power Hands Plantations. They restricted them to 174 runs. Here's the highlights coming from the ball number 1. It was a showdown of the batters. Here's the first wicket. The run out, a needless one. We saw some brilliant stroke making from Nirosh, especially on top. Look at that. Brilliant executions played all around the park. Picked the gaps nicely. There are some brilliant strokes. Here's a brilliant catch. I think the catch of the day. Absolute stunner. There's some lucky escapes as well. And some brilliant square drive by Ashane Silva. There's some poor fielding effort at the final boundary. And here's Nirosh is playing a blinder, picking gaps like bread and butter. Because Ashane Silva comes to the party, played some brilliant strokes. They had shots all around the ground. Again, there's some delicate scar of the wicket strokes. And here's the prize wicket of Ashane Silva got by Hasindu Maharage. So some poor fielding efforts from Emerachmie. They took too lightly at some stages, but just taken nothing away from the brilliant batting effort of Power Hands Plantations. The catching has been excellent. Look at that. The catching was top notch from Emerachmie Holdings. This was the shot of the day for me. It was not an easy shot to play, especially against the spin. And a brilliant fielding effort from the skipper. And here they stolen a run there. And here's a brilliant running catch again. And so some power hitting at the latter part of the inning. And here's the Yorker. And that concludes the first inning of the second game. Power Hands Plantations took on Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited. They scored 174 and 175 runs required for Emerachmie NB Ceylon Limited, and will be back after a short break with Emerachmie Run Chase.
We've got something new for you here at We've got something new for you here at Welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge. We've got something new for you here at Serving fresh coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Stop by for breakfast or wind down after work. Bring your friends and family over. We're always here. On the right wing of the MCA Pavilion, welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge. We've got something new for you. We've got something new for you here at MCA. We all know that MCA is a lot more than cricket. It's where friends can meet up for a drink and families come over for dinner. And now, there's a new reason to stop by. Introduce
Good afternoon and welcome back to Nal on the Grounds. It's a double header here at Nal on the Grounds. Both the games today playing the same playing patterns. Powerhand Plantation putting up a very good score after being invited to bat first by Emerachmie. 175 runs. Here's the scorecard. Top scorer Nirosh, 51 runs, 9 boundaries. Useful contributions Ashen Silva, Varuna Udara batted together well during the previous game. Ishan Hettiarachchi, useful 20 with the aid of 8 extras. It's a huge total, 174. And the bowling, Madhushan 2 for 40, expensive 2 for 27. Maharage bowled well during the latter part, but still very expensive. Wicket apiece for De Silva and Gunatilaka 175 to win 120 deliveries. One heck of a chase. If they are to remain unbeaten in this tournament, Emerachmie, I thought, made the mistake of deciding to bowl first. It was the case for Metropolitan Group early in the morning, winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, conceding a huge score, 184. And lot similar, 174 for 8 after 20 overs. And right now, Powerhand Plantation dictating terms. We know for a fact they have a very good fielding side, few good bowlers. Emerachmie found themselves in a situation where they will have to bat really well. Absolutely no other options. Someone will have to settle and bat along for 20 overs. And the big hitters coming down the order, they need to find the touch if they are to remain unbeaten. Still in with a chance of moving on to quarter-final round. Of course, 2 top teams making it even more interesting. MCA Fairfirst F Division T20 tournament in full swing here at Nalanda College ground. Another set of matches at Dali Road. This is to get things underway. Varuna Udara, good with the bat, excellent in the field, starting up with the ball in hand. Let's go, boys, says the umpire, Salgado. We are underway then. Required run rate 8.75. Patiently, let's that one go. We had quite a few WW off spinners. Sanjula Madhushan, 5 half centuries, he gonna need one today. They are to stand any chance of doing well. This time spanked it away, feeling the deep, almost made a wrong turn. Right at the neck of time, heading towards the right direction, just a single. Emerachmie off the mark with that single. 8.85, that's tough. Then Fernando, 2 half centuries, strike rate and average not ideal, but he's got experience, 32 matches. That's a lot in this division. Well played. Looks like a player. Got the right wrist work. Whipping it down the leg side. Gets a single. It's important. Yes, you're going to need at least a boundary for over. But you absolutely need to rotate the strike. Varuna Udara. Early days, I'm starting to wonder whether he's previous match figures were taken out. Well bowled. In line with the stumps, coming round the wicket, pitching it just about off stump, maybe 6 inches outside. One might turn, one goes the other way. Simple enough. Pull that one straight to the fielder. Absolutely no opportunities for a single. That one struck hard, but he didn't manage to find the placement. Sanjula, Dinura found themselves under a great deal of pressure right from the word go. Not the ideal situation. Inside edge, and he's bowled. This is what happens when you're under pressure. You're gonna score runs off good deliveries. Previous delivery was a good one. He tried to pray across the line of the delivery. Found inside edge, dragged it onto the stumps. First wicket down, just 2 runs on the board. Tossing it up a little bit. Just about half a foot outside the off stump, turning further away. Only mistake was he tried to drag that one towards mid-wicket region. Inside edge, disappointment. Sanjula out for 1. Emerachmie. Early troubles. It was overcast for a brief period. Now, for the first time, steady drizzle. We got the ground staff supported by the players who are ready to take on the covers. Umpires have now decided to cover the pitch for a brief period. Rain get heavier and steadier by the minute. For those who are just joining in on Sporty.lk, this is MCA Fair First F Division T20 League Tournament. Stacked division, 24 teams, 6 groups, and we are focusing on Group B encounter. 2 top teams crashing against each other, and so far, Powerhand Plantation have the upper hand. Scored 174 in this division, in this tournament, considered a good score, a challenging one. In this ground, 160, I reckon the power score. So they've gone beyond. It will be a tough proposition for Emerachmie. They will have to bat out of their skin if they are to stay alive. But right now, ground staff ably supported by the players of 2 teams, bringing on the covers. We are hoping that the rain goes away quickly enough so we could bring in live action. And now as we speak, rain eased off, and immediately players as well as the umpires in the middle wondering whether to take off the covers. I'm sure they will set once again and take off the covers. The drizzle isn't heavy enough.
Bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
We've made some changes. MCA has always been more than cricket. It's a meeting place, a memory maker, and a name built over generations.
Match summary so far. Game between Powerhand Plantation and Emerachmie, winning the toss, deciding to put the opposition in. Good show with the bat. Nirosh 51, Ashane Silva 30, Varuna Udara. Usual suspects contributing, and Sanjula Madhushan picking up 2 wickets. In reply, after the very first over, heavens opened up. Now covers taken off. Game continues. No change in playing condition. To constitute a game, you know for a fact there has to be 6 overs bowled out. Having lost a wicket at the end of 6th over, they need at least 45 runs. Fernando, who's on 1, Mahesh Francisco field brilliantly right throughout the day. Kushan Nirosh, half centurion into the attack, 31 wickets, 7 for 13. So he's a wicket taker, excellent economy, 4.98, average even better, 14.81. So he's a proper bowler, one of the stronger performers for Power Hand Plantation B. This is to remain unbeaten. Wonderful live coverage coming your way courtesy of Sporty.lk right throughout the day. Another set of matches parallelly worked off at Dali Road. Here's the first delivery of the second over after the rain break. Kasun Nirosh. Short pitch. Just helped it on its way. Wasn't all that convincing, but he got enough bat. That's what matters. Much needed boundary. They were under pressure after the first over. Lost an important wicket. Short enough. Gentle medium. You're not going to trouble too many batsmen with those deliveries. Required run rate right from the beginning, 8.97. That has been the issue. We seldom see during this tournament teams chasing going past 180, 170. So it's a challenge. Well bowled, neatly driven, goes for a single. They're going to need every bit of it. And at the same time, they will be keeping an eye on DL par score. They absolutely can't afford to lose another wicket or two. Mahesh Francis fielded superbly. This is his opportunity. 4 half centuries, good strike rate, 120. 25 matches, experienced campaigner. If he can rub his confidence by fielding so well into his batting, this will be his day. But right now, Power Hand Plantation right on top. Goes aerial fielder. Oh, drops it. Straight in, straight out. He got into an awkward position. It was in. It was there to be taken. Lucky reprieve for Mahesh Francis, I can tell you. There you go. He had it. Just popped out. He was trying to get it on the second grab. It was too late then. 8 for 1. Mahesh Francis. Will this be his day? Not all that convincing. Given away 6 runs so far. Kasun Nirosh. Oh, that's a good delivery. A little bit of bounce. Fernando trying to shape up for a pull shot. Just as he picked up a boundary during the first delivery. But that was bounced away from the off stump. Very unassuming. Very short run up. Not the tallest lad. So obviously. Well played. Whipped away. Fielder in the deep. There's no chance. That's the value for your shots you get in your play here at Nalanda grounds. Wasn't trying to hit it too hard. Just played the line of the delivery really nicely. Good wrist work into the gap. There are no fielders. A fielder in the wide long on region has to come a long way. He stood absolutely no chance. 2 vital boundaries. Things up and moving for Emerachmie. Shot. 6 over mid-wicket region. That sounded really nice. It's like a tennis forehand swat. Played beautifully. Excellent wrist work. So he's a wristy player. Excellent end to the second over. First over wasn't a good one. How about that? Serious momentum now. 2 done, 18 for 1.
in the heart of Colombo, where
Clearly evident, two batters out there in the middle, Dinero Fernando and Mahesh Francis, both are capable. Boundary scoring shots already on display. 16 of 6 deliveries, huge 6 over mid-wicket region and couple of boundaries. Right now Dinero Fernando is dealing in boundaries. Kitma comes into the attack, will be under pressure. Just two fielders patrolling boundaries. They just about got the required run rate. Kitma allows just 15 matches, 17 wickets. On 2 occasions, more than 3 wickets or 3 wickets. 6.01. Decent economy. Good start. In line with the stumps. No mid-on fielders. There was a mid-on fielder. He was right at the edge of the 30-yard circle. So good understanding between Mahesh Francis and Dinero Fernando, picking up singles at will. So important, so crucial. It's an important passage, there's no doubt. First power play, as we always say, set the tone, set the pace. Fine tickle and goes all the way for 4. This outfield, as we always mention, lightning quick. He got a decent enough touch, faint tickle, and rolls over the boundary line for yet another boundary. Much needed one, previous over after scoring a boundary of the first delivery. Strong comeback by Varuna Udara. Mahesh Francis was sent in with a purpose in mind. It's to score quick runs, 3.229. They will take that any day of the week. Just maybe try to hit it too hard. That was there to be hit wide enough, not too much of pace. 4 leg byes. For a moment thought that one came off the inside edge of the bat. But right now, Emerachmie NB, they wouldn't mind how it comes. 8.29. Down the leg side. Another run to the total. Now slowly but steadily, Emerachmie NB batters trying to gather momentum. Dinero Fernando certainly helped that. We've seen the bowlers trying to cramp the batsman up by coming round the wicket time and time again. Few bowlers done that well enough, but Kitma deciding to come over the wicket immediately, gets it past the outside edge. That's more like it. This is the way to go about. A single, 4 leg byes and a wide. 2 more deliveries to come. If he gets it in the right area, just like the previous delivery, he will obviously make things tougher for the batsman. Very well bowled. He seems to have found his rhythm, seems to have found his line and length. Just as I told you, Power hand Plantation, when it comes to mercantile cricket, they've done exceedingly well last year and this year as well. Power hand Plantation A team reaching the second round itself an achievement. Lovely flick. The chase is on. As usual, ball wins the race quite comfortably. So good end to the over. 9 runs off. Just like that, from time to time, you will get loose deliveries. Your duty is to dispatch them and get boundaries. 4 down, 30, 4 for 1. Once again, go by DL power score at the end of 6th over to constitute a game. Emerachmie needing 45 runs. They only lose just a wicket. Varuna into his third. 2 first overs was fairly good. Given. Waited for a little while. The bounce did the job for Varuna Udara. In line with the stumps, better than Fernando shaping up for a shot towards the leg side. But unfortunately, the bounce was too much to handle. Took the gloves, yes. And the wicketkeeper makes no mistake. Important breakthrough. 2 down for 34 after that brief cameo. Dinero Fernando out for 17 of 8 deliveries. 6 and 2 boundaries. Well taken by Dinit Charmika. We once again talk about DL power score after the fall of second wicket. They're going to need 50 runs now at the end of 6th over. So the equation getting harder and harder. More wicket you lose, tougher it gets. Akil comes in with a huge responsibility. Best of 36 runs. This is his second game. Inexperience. But if you come up the order, must be talented enough. Got all the right ingredients. He will obviously find himself under great deal of pressure. Varuna Udara, he's been operating superbly well. An asset, just as I mentioned, for power hand Plantation. True contributor with the ball, with the bat, and in the field. Once again, that prodigious bounce. Slowing it down, back of a length, on the back foot. Akil once again finds that delivery. Bounce little too much. Very interesting bowling action. Gives so much revolutions. Body behind the delivery just like that. So after taking a wicket off the first ball, obviously feeling good about himself. If I'm the captain, I would definitely bring in a slip fielder. Ball bouncing prodigiously. On the block hole. Trying to go for a big heave. Was under pressure now. 3 dot balls. Akil. What will be his approach? Sounded nice. Goes all the way against the run-off play, against a very good bowler. That's a superb shot. We must have another look. Sounded nice off the bat. It was wider, tossing it up. And as usual, he's been getting a great deal of bounce. Oh, just smashed it over extra cover region. Not the easiest of shots, I can tell you. On the back foot, neatly getting behind that. He looks like a solid player. 6 and a wicket, 5 down, 40 for 2.
In the heart of Colombo,
Went for that quick single. So went quickly to the short fine leg fielder. A very good running between the wickets by these two batters. Kasun Nirosh is into his second over. Batted brilliantly. Scored a half century. Now he has a job to do with the ball. 134 runs required of 89 deliveries. That's the equation. 9 runs per over. Yes, Kasun Nirosh, right arm medium bowler. A gentle medium. It's a wide one. It's a very close one. just beyond the tram line. Yes, Kasun took the edge and goes for a boundary. A lucky escape for the batter. There's no slip in place. If you are still in the first power play, there's only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. So both third man and fine leg is up inside the circle. So those kind of edges will always will score. And you can't set a field for those kind of edges. Came down the track. Kasun Nirosh so far is pretty expensive with the ball. Can he get a breakthrough? Yes, he can. He changed the angle. He brought the ball back into the left-hander and it castled him. Look at that. The stump was cartwheeling. And what a sign for the fast bowler. Mahesh Francis departs for 12. Bowled by Kasun Nirosh. Emerachmie is in a kind of a trouble. 47 for 3. And that wicket brought the skipper into bat. 68 matches, the healthy average and a healthy strike rate, 6 half centuries. Emerachmie is desperately need another one today. And Samila De Silva, a foolish delivery. Look at that. Leg stump was uprooted. A brilliant sign for any fast bowler. Again another one. It was short. It was a slowish one. He went through with the shot too early. And again it hits the stumps. And the skipper departs after a short stay. Here's the replay. Look at that. He went through with the shot too early and it didn't bounce much. Look at the celebration. The 4 wickets down. At the end of the power play, 6 overs done. Emerachmie 47 for 4. Meantime, the bowling changed from the other end. Ishan Hettiarachchi. An impressive economy rate. 2 matches, 3 wickets. Ishan Hettiarachchi, the left arm leg spinner. Brilliant line and length to start off with. It's an ideal, a conventional line and length of a left arm spinner. Fourth stump, just outside the off stump. Slip in place. That came with the arm. Went straight on. Took the inside edge. Here's a replay of the previous delivery. The previous wickets. Went for that wild swing. Went for that slog sweep. That was too close to the off stump. His head went up. And he was nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Ishan Hettiarachchi is bowling with a good pace. Played a little bit uppishly, but safe. A little bit touch short on that occasion, Ishan Hettiarachchi. Ishan Hettiarachchi did well with the bat as well. Played a very good cameo at the end of the inning. Brilliant delivery again. A good loop. They give the ball some more air. And it dips in the right area. Here comes Ishan Hettiarachchi again. A brilliant delivery. What a start. That's the end of a brilliant over. Emerachmie at the end of the 7th over, 48 for 4.
In the heart of Colombo, where
here comes Kasun Nirosh. Got 2 wickets in the previous over. He's into his 3rd over. Quite expensive, but it's worth it. With a couple of wickets he got. The required run rate is almost 10. Two dot deliveries to start off with. It's much better stuff from Kasun Nirosh. What an all-round performer he is. Scored a half century with the bat and couple of wickets with the ball. What an all-round show from him. Again, he saw the batter come down the track. Pulled his length back. Smart bowling from Kasun Nirosh. There's no problem pulling the length back at all since he got the protection at deep cover. That was snipped back. It took the inside edge. There was a big appeal from the bowler. And a brilliant effort for the run out by the wicket keeper. There's Kasun Nirosh. And that's the 5th. Brilliant catch. That's the 3rd wicket for Kasun Nirosh. And the 5th wicket is down for Emerachmie NB. He saw the field levels down there at long on. Look at that. Instead of going for that single, instead of picking that gap, he went to hit straight to the fielder. Not a good cricket from Emerachmie. just throw his wicket away. That's not good batting from team Emerachmie NB. They're in a deep trouble now. 5 wickets down for just 50. Kasu Nirosh, what a spell he's having. First over was expensive. The second over, he got 2 wickets. And now the third over, he got another one. Brilliant all-round performance. Mithun Tilina is a new batter. 20 matches have played. Look at the strike rate. Impressive. The highest score is 78. It needs a miraculous inning here for Emerachmie NB. Again, just outside the off stump and went for that wild swing, and what an over that was. Just 2 runs off it and a wicket. 8 overs done, 50 for 5, Emerachmie NB. Ishan Hettiarachchi is into his second over. Bowled a brilliant first over. There was no run. They hit it straight to the fielder. Samantha Lorenzueva living dangerously. Look at that, hit it straight to the field, and what a good throw that was. He was just inside the crease. Could have been a disaster. He flighted the ball, given some more air, and hit it straight to deep cover. That was a protection. Ishan Hettiarachchi, he trusts himself. He's not afraid to flight the ball and invite the batter to a shot. Brilliant bowling. Brilliant execution from Ishan Hettiarachchi. This is a masterful left arm spin bowling from Ishan Hettiarachchi. This opens up and cuts it down to deep cover. Just another single. They're scoring at a runner ball. The required run rate has now almost 11. A slow wide outside the off stump. Given the batter some more time to think about. This went across the line. 4 runs off it. 9 overs done. The 54 for 5.
In the heart of Colombo,
his equation 121 of 66 deliveries, exact 11 runs per over. A new bowler, Charuka, is brought back into the attack. They have a good mix of bowlers. Power hand Plantations. Charuka Ravisanka. Try to paddle it. The impact was outside the off stump. Very good decision from the umpire. A very good decision. That should have been taken. So far, with the standard they have shown on the field, that catch should have been sticked. It's wide down the leg side. A sloppy fielding down there, deep cover boundary. 4 runs, boundary against the run of play. That was wide outside the off stump. That was hit firmly, but could have been stopped. It didn't cover the line, the fielder. Here comes the last 2 deliveries of the 10th. Very good fielding at short third man. Could have been at least a couple. Played it late. Went for a quick single. Could have been a chance if there was a slip. And we're halfway done in this inning. Emerachmie NB 63 for 5. Requires 112 runs off 60 deliveries to win.
Someone will have to bat incredibly well if they are to stand any chance of winning this game. 63 for 5. And Ishan, he's been bowling increasingly well. Excellent first over. Already into his third. Given away just 6 runs. Didn't pick up a wicket, but that'll do it. Keep things very, very tight. Something special got to give. 111 runs, 59 balls. Chances of them staying unbeaten after this game is, I can tell you, very, very slim. Lofted, burst through the hands if I'm not mistaken. That one struck powerfully. Mithum gets a much needed boundary. Straight down the ground. Using all his power. Holds nothing back. Given full Monty. In the slot. Lofted. Umpire taken regard action. Tilanka Salgadu. They need at least a boundary for over for the remainder of their innings. That's a tough job. Caught that one away and gets it into the gap. And as usual, boundary to be taken. Back-to-back boundaries. Just at the beginning of the 11th over, I mentioned someone will have to bat incredibly well. Is this the man, Mithum? Room outside the off stump. Played it late. Out of the meat of the bat. No stopping. 57 balls. Now immediately required run rate came down below 11. So goes to tell you, it's just a matter of picking up enough boundaries. Struck well into the deep. Fielder getting behind that. Overall fielding standards by Power Hand Plantation very, very good. But there has been few lapses Few sloppy pieces of fielding, couple of drop catches. But you can expect that in this division. Gentle dab. He's keen on going for a single. But at this stage, ideally, Mithun should be the one who's taking strike. 10 deliveries, 17 runs. And he's a capable striker. Already struck 2 much-needed boundaries. That one too struck well, feeding the deep. Awkward bounce, but he did well. So they've been doing the basics right in the field. Excellent over, 11 done, 74 for 5.
In the heart of Colombo,
Tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers, and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
We've made some changes. MCA has always been more than cricket. It's a meeting place, a memory maker, and a name built over generations.
Cousin Nirosh about to start the 12th. Outside the O stump, well within the tram lines. Given a wide. Just maybe a little too harsh, but they've been consistent. Whenever bowlers gets it on top of the tram line, they pretty much given each and every delivery a wide. So at the beginning of the day, we had 6 unbeaten teams in this division, in this tournament. Oh, that's a lusty blow. Gets it over the mid-wicket fielder's head, right in the direction where we are. Much needed boundary. Huge 6. We just slammed it away over mid-wicket region. Given the toe hammer. Sailing over the fielder's head. For a moment, fielder must have thought he's in with a chance. Absolutely not. Down the leg side, immediately found himself under pressure. Just a single delivery, given away 8 runs. Will this be the big over they were after? They need absolutely big overs. 2, maybe 3. To pull things back. Gentle hands and a misfield. Resulted in a single. Light drizzle as we speak. Nothing to stop the play. They will continue. There's absolutely no point of looking at the DL power score at this stage. 11 overs gone. And Emerachmie needing beyond 100 runs if they are to stand a chance of winning this game if it stopped right now. So they will be eyeing picking up boundaries each and every delivery. 2 strong looking batters, both on double figures. Mithun on 11, 17 deliveries. Samantha on 14 deliveries. That's a good shot. Down the ground. Valiant attempt. But still he finds a boundary. Powerful blow. Mithun is a capable batter. Is he the savior for Emerachmie? Coming down the track. Wasn't a bad piece of bowling. Straight in line with the stumps. As usual, you go straight, you more or less pick up a boundary. 10 out of 10 for that effort by the fielder. That's one of the biggest 6. My goodness. That was over the main pavilion. I was wondering, does he have the power? Now I'm convinced. Huge 6 over mid-wicket. The biggest six of the day. At least gone about 110 meters, if not more. Take a look at it. Just like out of the slingshot. Sailing over the boundary. Sailing over the Grand Pavilion for a huge six. For the first time, Kasun Nirosh found himself under serious pressure. This will be that big over they were after. 2 sixes, a boundary, 2 wides. "19 runs already with a delivery to come, and I have no doubts Mithun have realized this is the stage they're going to go after the bowling. If they leave it for too late, it'll be tough to catch. 82, 49 deliveries, 5 wickets in hand. Simple equation. Boundaries. That's going to be the order. Still a delivery to come, if I'm not mistaken. 49 balls. They've got fair amount of time. 2 huge sixes. Fantastic over so far. 2 wides helping it out. 19 runs. That's huge. Just the kind of over they were after. The top order batters not taken up the responsibility. Good cricket, but straight to the fielder. Dot ball to complete a fantastic over for Emerachmie. 12 done, 93 for 5. So at the end of 12th over, with as many as 5 wickets gone down, they needed beyond 100 runs if game stopped right now based on DL power score. So it's about give what you got. Someone will have to do something very, very special. Right now, Samantha ably supporting his partner Mithun, getting him on strike as much as possible. 14 deliveries, 27. He's starting up really nicely. The biggest 6 of the day. We had 2 matches. This is the second game and plenty of sixes, of course. But that one, at least 110 meters. Vikash Gomia, skipper into the attack. 3 for 12. That's his best. 5.10. That's his economy. Well within the tram line on that occasion. Umpire Salgado decided that was close enough. The batter obviously not too happy about that. Trying to give the best you've got. Just they've lost too many wickets. Lost wickets on regular intervals. Very well bowled. Outswinger beating the outside edge. Excellent start. 2 dot balls. Pressure builds up. Gomia bringing himself on at a crunch stage. Now both the batters trying to go after the bowling. Previous over was given them that confidence, that momentum. Down the leg side, going for an in-swinger. Just maybe starting in line with the stumps and moving further down. First runs of the over, Vikash Gomia. Intentions are pretty clear. It's about restricting the batters, trying to make the batsman do something out of the ordinary. No ball! Picking up a wicket off a no ball. Is this your lucky day, Samantha? He was overstepping. Or was it overstepping or the back foot touching the return crease? Whichever the case, nice and early, given the call. And here's the opportunity. Only 2 runs so far, 2 deliveries done. Free hit. You got to make use of it. Misses it. Little bit of bounce because Gomi, a tall bowler. Bit of a slingy action and getting his body behind the delivery, getting a little bit of bounce. And the only mistake Samantha made was try to slam that one towards mid-wicket region. Obviously outswinger. Once again, try to slam it over mid-wicket. It's more like a six-a-side game now. Holds nothing back. And for the first time in this innings, power hand fielders as well as bowlers found themselves under a little bit of pressure, but not any great troubles. Once again, beautifully bowled. That channel. Make the batsman try to wipe everything down the leg side. Samantha making the same mistake again and again. 5 deliveries done, just 2 extra runs. This will not gonna help their cause. Going for a reverse sweep. If not for a wide and a no ball, would have been a great over, still a very good over. 13 done, 95 for 5.
In the heart of Colombo,
Now Emerachmie has reached the stage where they're going to need at least a couple of boundaries per over. These batters, obviously, 2 batters out there in the middle, not very keen on running between those sticks too fast. Just about all the deliveries, trying to hit it over the boundary. Yasit Ashen, 5 for 10. So he's a wicket taker. Decent economy and average, just 10 matches. He's brought onto the attack at a crunch stage. Huge responsibility. Slammed it into the deep, and there are no fielders. Beautiful piece of batting. Mithun keep the hopes alive. 99 for 5 now. Room outside the off stump. It's just a matter of getting it through the infield. There are no fielders in the deep, and obviously skipper and the rest of the fielders blaming the bowler for providing too much room outside the off stump. Previous over yielding just 2 runs, 2 extras. Therefore they're gonna need a huge over right here. Few boundaries. Already got 1. Can they pick up more boundaries? Ashen under pressure now. Going for a big heave, loud shout, given a wide. Interesting. Fair enough. The movement taking it away from the batter. It's just about shuffling across few inches. But fair call. Yasit Ashen into his second delivery. Towards the same direction, field in the deep. Got his hand behind, but too much power. This man. Can he pull a rabbit out of the hat? Mithun. Oh, so much power. So they got a power hitter. It's just about the partner picking up boundaries, staying out there in the middle, not conceding too many wickets. Required run rate still manageable. 5 wickets in hand. Mithun, he's been getting boundaries regularly. Down the leg side. Good on-field called. And the non-striker. He was very, very lucky, I can tell you. Direct hit. He would have straight away walking back into the dugout. Nevertheless, run to the total. 9 runs, 10 runs together with that wide. So they've been getting enough number of runs. Struck around leg stump, moving further down the leg side. And the wicket keeper. He was not even in the picture. Lucky day. He's gone aerial, and the fielder settling underneath and takes a good catch. Partnership being broken. A good one. I can tell you, Samantha been keeping company to Mithun. He's been scoring runs. 21 deliveries, one would argue, little slow under the circumstances. But now they've lost the wicket. With that, the partnership. Yet another opportunity to dictate terms for power hand Plantation. Well taken. Reverse cuff. Ideally suited. Now they are into the tail. Samantha is the man out. 14 of 21. Kitma Aloysius taken a good catch. Yasita Ashrin against the grain of play picked up a wicket now. This will definitely test the batting depth of Emerachmie. 11 matches, 124 runs. No half centuries, best of 24. Can he do the job? Left-hander will be very useful. His responsibility, without a doubt, getting Mithun on strike, who's on 35, striking better than 200%. That's excellent strike rate. The biggest six of the day out of his bat. Agavidu on strike, down the leg side. Another extra run to the total. Despite taking a wicket, it's been proven. An expensive over 10 runs already. 2 more deliveries to come. Gavidu. Can he pick up another boundary? That's the dismissal. He was trying to hit it too hard. Even during the previous over. Apart from 2 extras, he didn't manage to hit a single one of them. Now he's been dismissed. Well bowled. On his pads. Looks like a player who's looking for a little bit of room. Conceding 10 runs, picking up a wicket nevertheless. 14 done, 106 for 6. Oh, still another delivery remaining. For a moment thought, after completion of that delivery, bowler was heading into his fielding position. Here's the final delivery. Very well bowled out swinger. That's the line and length. If you are to contain the batsman, 10 runs off Ashrain's first over. 14 done, 106 for 6.
At the Mercantile Cricket Association, passion for the game starts young. The MCA Academy welcomes boys and girls under 13, 15 and 17. We go beyond the basics, teaching them leadership, public speaking and the importance of sportsmanship. The MCA Academy, nurturing champions, one game, one lesson at a time.
The 6 overs remaining. Do they have what it takes to remain unbeaten? Steady drizzle. The 69 runs, 36 deliveries in contemporary cricket. Definitely a possibility. Vikash Gomia after that excellent first over. Shuffling down. Gets it down. And gets it for 4. Just trickles over. It was a teaser. 2 fielders converging. None of them been able to stop it. Excellent start to the over. Improvisation. Shuffling across. Made the leg stump visible. Made Vikash Gomia going for a kill. And with his pace, he's just about getting it into the gap. And gets another boundary. Run rate currently hovering around 8. The only issue, they have only 4 wickets. This should be taken. Great deal of height. And well taken. 3 fielders converging. And just about all of them saying it's mine. And Varuna, he was calm under pressure, taking the prize scalp with that. maybe the final hope of Emerachmie. Slower through the air. He tried to blast that one through the onside. Only gained height instead of distance. I think it was not Varuna. Whichever the case, the catch was very well taken. Kidma Aloysius once again takes a catch. Vikash Gomia picking up his first wicket. Fighting knock. Mithun Tilina, 39 of 19. Gayan Jayatilaka comes into the crease. Just 3 matches, best of 5. No real betting pedigree. He was in the side for his bowling. And I thought on second occasion, captain winning the toss made the mistake. Same mistake was made by Metropolitan Group skipper early in the morning. Paid a heavy price. And Sportylk went on to make a huge score, 184, winning it comfortably. Looks like same playing pattern continues here. 110 for 7. Now they can only delay the inevitable. Cricket is a funny game, but probability almost not exist. Gets a single, nothing more than that. Diving effort. Direct hit would have made things interesting. Not to be. Vikash Gomia has been bowling really, really well. First over, just 2 extras. Fantastic effort. He was gone. Direct hit, he was gone. Now the quickest player between the sticks, Govindu and Gayan at the same time. Govindu on strike now. Off the edge. Third man comes in, sends in a return. Still a very good over after being picked up a wicket. Given away just 6 runs. 2 deliveries to come. Required run rate touching 12. Which means every time they are conceding less than 12 or less than 10, they just pile up on pressure. 2 more deliveries to come. Overhand Plantation raising their hands up and sending out a message that they are strong contenders in this tournament. We found few strong teams: Astron, Aitken Spence, Sporty.lk, HB Assurance, and looks like Overhand Plantation. They are about to remain unbeaten. Here's the final delivery. Skipper led the side brilliantly. Full toss. Just maybe the commentator's curse. A full toss, neatly put away for a boundary. They wouldn't mind that. That was asking to be hit. Even the tail ender, not gonna miss out. Fabulous stuff. Boundary, still not enough. 15 overs done, 5 remaining, 116 for 7.
In the heart of Colombo, where
We have an interesting 5 overs coming up. 59 of 30 in the modern day cricket. It's not a huge target. The only problem is they don't have the luxury of wickets in hand. There's 3 wickets left. But cricket is a funny game, we know, but these are the facts. comes Varuna Udara. So far, all 3 overs, 2 wickets for 14 into his last over of his spell. Brilliant hit. The ideal start for the over from Emerachmie's point of view. The 4 runs to start off with. Put the bowler under pressure immediately. It was hit real hard. 55 off 29. A smart batting. If you look at the non-striker's end, the batter has turned to the wrong side. He didn't have that vision where the ball is. If he ran, that could have been a run out. Very good delivery. That didn't give the pace. He slowed down the pace and bowled slightly closer towards the stumps. The required run rate is now exactly 12. A full toss and a boundary. 11 runs came off this over so far. So far 9 runs have conceded this over. 2 balls remaining. Again, just another single. If these 2 batters can stay until the last over, this can go down to the wire. Throughout this game we had a slight drizzle, so the bowlers might find it difficult. Brilliantly fielded by the long off fielder. Definitely saved 4 runs. Here's a replay. It's a hit that hard. It's a good presence of mind from the fielder. Exactly 12 runs came off that over. Here's the equation. 48 off 24, 12 runs per over. We have an interesting 4 overs coming up. This is going to be a nail-biting contest. At one stage, Emerachmie NB was 5 wickets down for just 50 runs, and we never thought that this game is going to progress up until this stage. Look at the scenes here. Charuka, Ravisankar swiping the ball with his towel. The slippery outfield, the ball is getting wet, so the spinners will find it hard to grip the ball. So, ball after ball, they're drying it up. Struck firmly down, long off. sloppy fielding down at long off and cost an extra run. That was going down the leg. Try to paddle the ball. What a strike that was. Dead straight over the side screen for a maximum. Gavindu, the strong lad, right on slot and dispatched for a 6. This game is slowly turning things up. The equation 40 of 21. Little by little it's getting in favor of Emerachmie NB at the moment. Smart batting. A little fumble down there, but there's no damage done. This is absolutely interesting to watch, guys. Another boundary. A much needed one. The skipper at the deep cover made a huge mistake there. That should have been stopped. Look at that. Brilliantly played. Beautiful inside out. That should have been stopped. He overran the ball. That should have been stopped. Another boundary. Absolute carnage here. Two boundaries in a row to finish the over. 17 overs done. 144 for 7. Emerachmie NB. Here you go. The equation 31 of 18. The required run rate has dropped down from 12 to 10.33. Meantime, Vikas Gomia, the skipper of Power Hands Plantations, has got the ball in hand. He's took the responsibility in hand. Here comes the skipper. Can he deliver? What a game we are having here. An interesting 3 overs are coming. How this game has turned up is an absolutely interesting to watch. 50 for 5 at one stage. And what a comeback by Emerachmie NB. 2 undefeated teams so far in this tournament. Is going head to head. A fumble at extra covers. A very good delivery to start off with, right into the block hole. Comes Vikas. A very good delivery. Wide Yorker. Just inside the tram line. And look at the cheer from the spectators. If they can get a couple of boundaries in this over, definitely the game on for Emerachmie NB. A very good Yorker. Again, right into the block hole. The skipper will bowl 2 overs. That should have been put away. The waist height full toss. 2 deliveries coming up. Can they get the maximum use of it? Can they go for big ones? 2 big ones are needed for Emerachmie. Gevindu is a power striker. Can he deliver? Here comes Vikas. Just a single. What an over this is. Captain leading from the front here. Is not giving any room for the batters to free their arms. Just one after another right into the block hole. This is a brilliant death bowling from the skipper. What an over this is turning out to be. You need to finish well. Brilliant over. So wide one. Ooh, it's a close call. A wide delivery. The tram lines are now washed out. Just 4 runs came off that over. A brilliant over from the skipper. At the end of the 18th, 148 for 7.
In the heart of Colombo, where dreams...
12 deliveries remaining, 27 runs to win. Emerachmie NB. There's no turning back from here. It's 2 big overs. Keithma is a new bowler. Just bowled 1 over so far. Just conceded 6 runs. Can he deliver? That's a question mark in front of him. He's feeling the heat. He's feeling the pressure. The wicket keeper and skipper make sure the field setup is pinpoint accurate. Here comes Keithma. A fumble down there. 2 runs. And with that, 150 comes up for Emerachmie. A very good ball to start off with. Here's the scoreboard. You can see 150. We never thought they're going to come to this stage when they were 50 for 5. Cricket is a funny game. We all see why. This over needs to be a big one for Emerachmie Holdings. The skipper, Vikas, has another over. Definitely he'll bowl the next over. So Emerachmie. Brilliant bowling this is. Just back off the length. He's going across the left hander. 3 big shots needed. 25 off 9. Very good delivery again. Just a single. He walked down the track and yorked that delivery by himself. The brilliant bowling under pressure by Khitma. Look at that. 2 dots. Just 3 runs. A single just not gonna help. 23 off 7. The game is slowly slipping away from Emerachmie. We never know, but with the way these two are bowling, it's going to be tough. Skied in the air. Taken. Brilliant catch under pressure by Kasun Nirosh. Brilliant with the bat, brilliant with the ball, and a brilliant catch under pressure. Brilliant all-round performance from Kasun Nirosh. And 8 down for Emerachmie NB. Look at that. Was short. Tried to go for that uppercut. Didn't got the meat of the bat. Just went straight up. A valiant effort from Gevindu. 21 of 17. 152 for 8. 19 overs done here at Nalanda College grounds. The skipper is bowling the last over. They need 23 runs off 6 deliveries. They need to go bang bang in every single delivery. Here comes Vikas Komia, the skipper. What a start! Six off the very first delivery. We did not see that coming. He missed the length there. The previous over, he bowled 6 Yorkers on trot. He missed the length. He paid the price. 17 off 5. This game is heated. Absolutely going down to the wire. He put the bowler straight away under pressure. Deep cover. Third man. Long off, long on. And deep mid wicket is placed on the boundary line. What a hand Taranga is playing here. That was a close one. An uneven bounce got on the turf. Look at that. The ball is bounced on the turf. And it came and hit on his head straight. That was nasty. (15 of 3). Need a big shot. Can he deliver? Here comes Vikas. A boundary. A good shot from Taranga. A much needed one for Emerachmie. Again he missed the length. That was right on slot. Easy pickings for the batter, who's in fine form. But slowly tickled past the boundary line. They have an interesting two deliveries coming up. 11 of 2. 2 big hits needed. Somehow Vikas needs to get through this delivery. Well bowled. Brilliant delivery under pressure. But what a game we had here. It's an absolute brilliant game. 2 undefeated teams on top of the table. This is absolute brilliant. Comes the last delivery. Went for the boundary. Oh my goodness, what a game we had. Finally, Power Hands Plantations won by 6 runs. Finished off with a flurry. The game could have gone the other way if that collapse was not happened in the first power play. 50 for 5 one stage, Emerachmie. Look where they ended up. They lost the game, but definitely this is going to help with their net run rate. Both of these teams have a lot of positive signs to get. But what a game we had. What a game we witnessed. Brilliant game. Credit to both of these teams. They played a brilliant cricket throughout the game. It was tough conditions in the latter part of the game with the drizzle we had throughout this. In the second inning, the bowlers found it really hard to grip the balls. But somehow they managed to get through. But what an inning Taranga has played. It's 36 of 19. Here's a batting card of Emerachmie NB. There's nothing much in the top order. But look at that. Mithum Tilina scored 39 of 19. Gavin the Kodikara 21 of 17. And Taranga Fernando 36 of 19. These are the 3 batters that turned the game around for Emerachmie NB. He got a game in hand. Look at that. 15 extras as well. They ended up 168 for 8. Here's the bowling performance. Varun Audara got 2 wickets up front and Kasun Niroj 3 wickets up front. Quite expensive. And Keith Malocious
Vikas Gomia and Yasit Ashen got 1 wicket each. Look at the collapse, 50 for 5. And then had some good partnerships going on. And they lost just by 6 runs at the end. And here's the highlights of the inning. Lost the first wicket, the very first over. They played some wonderful shots. Here are the brilliant shots. The first maximum of that inning. The game was on, absolutely. They were picking the gaps nicely. And this is the turning point of this game. This is the start of the collapse. This is a maximum. It went against the run of play. Again, a lucky boundary. Edge past the wicket keeper. There's the 2 wickets in the same over that Kasun Nirosh was produced that turned the game upside down. Some brilliant fielding. We saw the catching was excellent from Power Hands Plantation. But then afterwards we saw a brilliant 50-run partnership between Samantha Lawrence Suheva. We saw some very good shots, with some powerful shots played by the lower middle order batters. And this is another turning point of this game. They were going very well. Some brilliant shots. And here's another twist of the game. The catching has been excellent, as I mentioned. These are some better shots played in the latter part of the inning. Some full toss. The bowlers at the latter part of the inning was all over. As I mentioned, it was tough to grip the ball. The slippery outfield. Some misfields. The sloppy fielding. Here is the last wicket to fall. It's a brilliant catch under pressure from Kasun Nirosh. And here's how they started the final over. But under pressure, Vikas Gomia, the skipper, who delivered and got their team over the line. Here's a summary of the game. Emerachmie NB won the toss and decided to bowl first. Power Hand Plantations, they scored 174 for 8 at the end of their 20 overs. Kasun Nirosh scored a brilliant half century, supported by Ashen Silla with 30 and Varuna Udar with 29. Sanjula Madhushan was a successful bowler, and Hasindu Maharage with 2 for 40 and 2 for 27. In reply, Emerachmie NB 168 for 8, 6 runs short of the target. Mithun Tilina scored 39, Taranga Fernandez scored unbeaten 36, and Govindu Kodikara scored a 21. Kasun Nirosh was the star with the ball 3 for 44, and Power Hand Plantations P has won the game by 6 runs. And so far we had 2 brilliant games, 2 nail-biting contests. So stay tuned with Sporty.lk for more mercantile cricket coming up. So that's it from Naram, the college grounds. Stay tuned with Sporty.lk. Bye bye.